Gambian Talent Promotion. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fine. And Mr. Juve accept my sympathy. Fat yal ko yàlla yërëm te xare ko àjjana yàlla suuf sedda si kawam. Okay, party leader. This is Mr. Juve, Gambia Talent Promotion. I communicate with them week before last through Tombong. Tombong is not around. He went out of town. So I'm stepping in behalf of Tombong Saidi, the media and communication team committee. Gambian Talent Promotion, Mr. Juve called me, said I will be coming here for a courtesy call to invite each and every one of them for his new team that he had. He want to invite the new team to meet you.
I know Gambian Talents is a stakeholder and a partner to the different political parties of this country. Fatou was the face of the institution, and she has done a great job. And the purpose of our courtesy, one, primarily, is pour ma ñaan leen yéen ñëpp ngal daani ale hakko boy ndaal pour ngeen balal ko ax. Because as partners, we work together. Yéen ay dinañ tooñante. Wala dinañ def loo xam ne hurt na the feeling of the next person. Moo tax ma ne ma baalu leen axa on her behalf. Gannaaw nekkatut fi. Yàlla daf ko jël suddenly. UDP has been a great partner of us over the years. Seen communication team bi lépp lu xew dañ ñu ci dee boole, and we cover your events above and beyond in this country and outside of this country. Just several months ago, His Excellency was in Seattle together with Mayor Bensouda and Rohey Malik Lowe. Myself and my team there in Seattle covered that event. A lot of their outreach, I have a very good relationship with the team there. In fact, this morning when I left my house, I listened to the voice message of the president of UDP in Seattle, Mr. Saidi Cisse, checking on me if I am back or not. He was one of the first people that showed up to my house to express his condolence on his personal behalf and on behalf of the party when it happened. Suma mag yu baax lañ, suma koto lañ, ñooy suma njaatigi foofu noonu, and good relationship rek moo dox suma digganteeg boole. Fii tamit the same thing. In the 2021 or during the 2021 presidential elections, all the only the state broadcaster GRTS had money that was given to them, like the National Assembly appropriated over $33 million for them to cover the election, to follow the different candidates. Besides GRTS, Gambian Talents was the only private media house here that followed every candidate nationwide, including the UDP. Lolo Pase, of course, a lot of the other media houses came forward when the parties got here, thanks to the dynamic leadership of Fatou Samba and the team of young people that we are working with. So Bena, manyan len gen balal Fatou aha, but nyarel to introduce you to the new team. Yes, Fatou was the face of the institution, but she has a lot of great people she worked with over the years. She was the only individual that came to Gambian Talents for the most part as an employee, Bima eBay office B in 2017. Everybody else for the most part came in as an intern and rose through the ranks. So I'm happy to introduce you to the current leadership. Musa Jata, right here to my right, is the interim country coordinator that's taking over Fatou's position. Musa came to attend our in-company or in-house training. We are a two-in-one institution, Your Excellency. One, as a media house, obviously the work we do as media is what is most prominent. The second part of what we do that is one of our biggest achievements is the Gambian Talents Multimedia Training Institute for Youth Employability, which just received our accreditation officially from the National Accreditation Authority, NACA, as a training college. That's where we're just coming from right now. After 4 to 5 years of Fatou working so hard for us to be accredited, we received a temporary license a couple of years ago, and today we receive our permanent license. It was an emotional moment for me because we went to meet the director of NACA. We've been running up and down, and Fatou had spent a lot of tears and sweat to get this accreditation. The name has been changed in my honor, which was her dream. Several months ago, when NACA came to do the accreditation process, they recommended for us to separate the media house from the training college. And Fatou said, "Linga ligéeyal Gambia dafa bari, and fii dañ dee sul jëf. Dama bëgga pour nit yi xam li nga def." So she proposed for the institution to be renamed to POJ Training Institute for Youth Employability, which is in my honor, POJ standing for Pa Usman Juf. Right after her demise, I want to name the institution after her, and the board said, it's a good idea, but since mom daf la bëggoon celebrate, daf la bëggaloon boppam, it makes sense that you keep what she wanted, but add her name to it. And as a result, we are going to do that to maintain it as POJ Training Institute, but we will have her add her name to that in her honor and in her legacy. Liggéey na fi nag lu bari. We've trained so many, it's about over 600 young people of this country in multimedia related skills for free of charge. The underprivileged youth, backway returnees, school dropouts, students of madrasas, people that did not have the opportunity to graduate from high school or enroll in college or university. That's who we train over the years. You hear and know about 360, possibly, Yusuf Ajata. He is one of our products. Currently, the communication officer at the Kanifing Municipal Council, Aissatou Diallo, is one of our students. We paid a courtesy call to Talib yesterday, and Mayor Rohilo. And Aissatou was there. She cannot join us here. She's one of our students. If you go to any major office here, media house, from GRTS to QTV to iAfrica, all of them have our products, there, which we are very proud of. And even the office of the president now has one of their communication officers who was trained by us. So this training is a key and fundamental part of what we do. That is why the board and myself did not hesitate to look in-house to make sure that we choose from the young people that are already within the institution who rose through the ranks. Musa started as an intern, was an ordinary employee, a supervisor, technical director, deputy country coordinator, and now the interim country coordinator. The man with the camera here is Ibrahim Asanyang. He is our new operations manager. Him, just like Musa, also joined the institution years ago and rose through the ranks to become the technical, the operations manager now. Ibrahim Yaya Bayo was the Fatou's right hand, her assistant, and finance officer. He still maintains that position. He's been going everywhere with Fatou to take care of administrative stuff, etc. Ramatulai has been with us for years as well, Ramatulai Gay. She is now the head of the marketing team and is also going to take over the major programs that Fatou was doing as a senior journalist. All the major interviews that we had that Fatou was doing, the Lumfedef program that she featured you on. I had one of the UDP executive members told me until this day, one of H.E. Darboe's most professional interviews that he had was that Lumfedef that showcased his past Jar Jara Makubari that Fatou did. So Ramatulai does that, and the Semester Avenue show that she does at the airport. In fact, from here they are going to the airport to continue that because legacy MB then ko Madef. Adama Makasuba, a former employee of The Voice newspaper, editor of The Voice, is our editor-in-chief at Gambian Talents, and he is continuing on that trend to work with Ramatulai, Aissatou Koli, and the rest of the team to actually continue to provide the people with the fair and balanced, accurate, news and information that we have been accredited for providing to the Gambian people. We give wide coverage to everybody. Bintanjai and Adam Jeng, of course, camera operators and editors, are the new, technical managers of the institution led by Binta. They have all been working very hard over the years And they all started with our training, in-house training, and rose through the ranks to these positions. So we are very happy with the team of young people. They are the ones that go everywhere in the field, to actually do the coverages. Fatou was the face and did a lot of the major stuff, but we have this great team of journalists and videographers and camera operators that have been doing a lot of the work that are going to continue. Lii mooy li ñu indi fii to meet ak yow to introduce the team, but also ask for the collaboration to continue as we have always done. Our doors are open. Fatou's email still remains active, managed by Musa. The phone numbers, lines that she was using are still active. Nyom Tombong and all the people that were in your media department over the years all know how to get hold of us in terms of stuff, what is happening, and we want to still continue that. Man Mangi Seattle, we have a big time difference. I'm not always accessible. Sometimes before Mokojot is already late. So I want to say that we can still continue the communication in real time. They are very proactive and will be willing and ready to come over, to do this. As we are proposing to everybody, our doors are open in terms of partnership and collaboration. Election is coming. We would be happy to cover your campaigns. We will be happy to have partnerships. You want platforms to have a panel to talk about the party and its policies, its objectives and priority areas and whatever it is that you want to pass on to the Gambian people. We have a combined following of over 500,000 people, Gambians and friends of the Gambia around the world. You count the 3 or 4 biggest media platforms in this country, Gambian Talents is one of them, and we want to continue the collaboration with the United Democratic Party like we are doing with others, and we've had a great relationship.
And from there, I was staff and then promoted to a technical director. And then from there, until recently that I'm promoted to the interim country coordinator after the demise of Fatou Samba. Just like what Mr. Juve just said, Fatou Samba was a very young and hardworking lady. She has been everywhere when it's come to coverages with different political parties. Even sometimes we go to tours together, Sometimes she will even be the camera person there, or even the journalist camera person, even doing technical stuff. So her legacy means a lot to us. So we want to continue her legacy so that our legacy will not just die like that. So that is why we are here, so that we can foster our relationship with all the political parties that are here, especially election is coming. So we want to continue to work with UDP and other political parties. Any coverage that you have, you can send it to us. We will cover it. Any rally, anything that you have, we can be there with you. So thank you so much.
Man maa ngi tudd Adam Jeng bu ma doon ñëw Gambian Talent dama jeexal school rek, so awma benn experience about comme filming wala editing wala photographing. So bu ma ñëwee Gambian Talent gars yi ma bunta bi ñu jàngal ma naka la ñuy filmer, naka la ñuy collaborer ak nit ñi, naka ngay editer and other stuff. So bu ma nekk ci training bi maa ngi jànga as time goes on. So ma dem ba am opportunity boobu noonu gars yi di ma bàyyi maa ngi génn dem ci field bi di train def more practical. So ma dem ba ci kanam ba gars yi jox ma opportunity boobu noonu may cover government project and all stuff. Président bi event bi am yëpp man maa dee cover gars yi seen event yi ak yeneen government projects yi man ak sama beneen collègue bi ay sa collègue. So noonu laa demee di jànga ba tey gars yi staff ma nekk foofu staff ba tey sant yàlla ma nekk assistant director of technical team of Gambian Talent after sin late board first time bu mu génnee àdduna.
Goes with Aissatou Koli, and they are the ones that do all those coverages. So they are young men and women that we are very proud of. Aissatou Jallo, that I said, that is the communication officer at KMC. During our meeting with Talib yesterday, told him that I might have been on the streets playing around before, wala ñu dem di cagatu wala di yaaxa suñ boppa su nekkutoon ak opportunity bi nga xam ne Gambian Talents jox nañu ko. And these are all underprivileged young people, like I said, that did not have these opportunities, and the training is provided to them for free of charge. So That is why we are trying to introduce it, to showcase it. I mean, after the demise of Fatou, we were accredited for it, and a lot of people mentioned it, which we appreciate. But I'm happy to inform you, like I said, that now we are officially accredited, so that certificate binyo jox ndaw yi, it's recognized within the country and outside, because before it was mostly in company training. A lot of them am nañ ci opportunity that had other institutions coming to them to get the training, including even the security forces from the military, the police. ñoom ñëpp am na ñoo xam ne seen employees yi came to seek trainings for us. What is unique about our training is that we do 75% practical and 25% theory. Guys, su ñëwee lu bari xamuñ ko woon. So our model is working, and skills building and training is key in this country especially. And we know it's part of the UDP agenda to actually promote TVET and all of that. And that is why we are introducing you all to all of these things that we are talking about.
Let me again express to you and to Fatou's colleagues whom I did not have the opportunity of meeting on the day of our demise. Let me extend to all of them my profound sympathy and condolences for the loss of a jewel. Really, Fatou was a unique person. She had a knack of forcing you to answer the questions, and she puts them in the most polite way, with a beaming smile. You know, uncle, and the questions come. And relevant questions that are searching. And that is what I think any journalist should be able to do. You come with questions, very searching questions, and put across in the most polite way. And of course, it ends up giving you the answers that you want. So we'll be missing Fatou a lot. I didn't know all the things that you have narrated here. All that I see is just this mic and the camera. I thought that was all, you know. But these services that you've been rendering to the nation, training young people to really self-carrying, you know, and doing things for themselves, like 360. Yeah, I mean, he's a household name, you know. Although I'm just waiting for him when I'll have the opportunity of really taking him on and just call him and say, but what nonsense are you talking about, Dobo Kemo, you know? But I mean, this shows, you know, that our young people can be trained, not only trained, but then they can be of value to the nation. Of course, every engagement, one wants to have a personal benefit, maybe a personal benefit, but then at the end of the day, what society gains from it is far more than what you as an individual gain. And so really, I'm amazed, and I want to say that you should continue with your training, and training make people, produce quality journalists, produce honest journalists, and produce journalists who are patriotic, not sensational, but then people who will be addressing the issues in ways that are expected of them. I think Mr. Jatta, yeah, well, I think you have an awesome task taking over from Fatou. it's a really monumental task because you'll be measured with Fatou. How did Fatou do things? What is her relationship, PR, with individual? Because Fatou, when she's approaching you, all first thing that you see is smiles. At our gala dinner, I wanted to avoid the interview, but no, she wouldn't let me go. But because she has such a wonderful and sweet PR, you cannot resist. You cannot say no to her. So I think you really, I think you measure up to this. That is why Mr. Juve and the group have chosen you, to succeed her. If you are not up to the job, I don't think you would have been thought of much more to be selected. But I want to congratulate you for that confidence that the Gambian Talent TV has in you and putting you in this very enviable position, very admirable one. And to the rest of the team, I say congratulations. And of course, the objective should now be how do we maintain Fatou's legacy? How do we enrich Fatou's legacy? That should be it. I mean, promote the ideas that she stood for. And if there's improvement that can be done on any, I think you should be free to really come up with it and suggest it. I know that, what do I say, cameras for politicians, I think we are products and want to be sold. And certainly, in the cameras, your interviews that really sell us, that really exposes us to say what type of person this man is. And let me say, for me, Father has done a lot for me, particularly that interview which I did with Ain Wolof. I think it marketed me. I think it probably marketed me, and I'm eternally grateful to her for that. We'll continue to pray for her peaceful repose, and no one can predict. No one should be presumptuous to say this is what God is going to do. But the manner in which she died, so peacefully, without giving anybody any indication that she was going to die, just continued in her sleep. Not ill, being taken from one medical facility to another, becoming a burden on people. That never happened. So good people, their exit is always very peaceful. And I think that's what has happened to Fatou. And we pray that she continues to rest in peace, and that those of you who are with the Gttv, will in fact try to do better than her. She's away, she's in her grave, but you can still compete with her. That yes, this is the bar. But we are going to be above that. And I think I want to encourage you to do that and to congratulate, to congratulate and thank that we have such a good, wonderful time. Young people whom I believe are not eager. When I say are not eager, wanting to push forward for the material things. They want to make sure that they themselves become very professional and continue to be professional, not looking at things that will lure them away from this organization. I hope you continue with that. And talking of collaboration, well, I want to say that on Saturday we're having a rally of all women, just women. It's a rally organized by the UDP Women of Gambia, so at Biundum. So we invite you there, and then we'll see how our young women, this girl, and others, what they want to do or what they want to say Yeah, yeah, yes. But thank you very much, Mr. Joe, and I hope to see you in Seattle very soon. Yeah.